It is my honor to introduce you to this one-of-a-kind production created by nationally known criminal defense attorney William C. Head of Atlanta, Georgia. He has produced this unique program that helps young adults to know their legal rights. This segment of Americans aged 13 to 25 has a much higher incidence of car accidents than any other identifiable age group of the driving public. Members of this age group have the greatest chance of dying or of being seriously injured in a motor vehicle crash than any other age group. In fact, death and crippling injuries from motor vehicle accidents is the #1 most likely cause of death and crippling injury for these young adults. A good portion of this presentation will focus on those driving behaviors that put young drivers at the greatest risk. Later in this video, you will be shocked to learn that the leading cause of death among this age group actually does not take place in a motor vehicle. Since the proliferation of mobile phones and other communication devices, the number of young adults suffering serious injury or death is even larger. As opposed to one very popular myth, impaired driving is not the leading cause of death or serious injury for young adults. Here, you will learn that it is a distant third place, behind both speeding and distracted driving. 15 years ago, underage male drivers had a much higher incidence of motor vehicle wrecks and impaired driving cases than underage female drivers. However, in the new age of texting and with other distractions that regularly take place in young drivers' cars, the numbers have now become virtually equal in distribution for both males and females. Mr. Head has made this video because he himself is a parent of 2 teen daughters. Furthermore, in his 37 years of law practice, he has seen thousands of parents come through his office doors with their young adult children. Some were charged with less serious offenses such as possession of alcohol or possession of a small amount of marijuana. Others were charged with vehicular homicide of their best friend or of a family member. Some were there because they had been involved with sale or possession of felony drug quantities. This video is intended to help young adults to make better choices and to know all of the rules of our criminal justice system when, not if, they are confronted by a law enforcement officer, whether they are being investigated for a serious act or for a serious traffic violation. Please listen now to Mr. Head's life-saving bullet points for young adults.
I want to talk to you now about the different types of DUI charges that are possible in most states. I'll start with the most common and go to the least common for you. The other type of case that we see quite often in 38 states plus the District of Columbia are roadblocks or sobriety checkpoints or safety checkpoints, which are authorized by law in those states. Running a red light or a stop sign. This type of driving behavior, due to the fact that you're at a 90-degree angle to oncoming traffic, can be a leading cause of death. Sometimes people just aren't paying attention and they run a red light or a stop sign, and sometimes they have intentionally done it. Either way, this is another leading cause of injury or death. If you're engaging in any of these dangerous behaviors outlined in this section, the advice I'm giving you may save a life. It may be your life, a passenger's life, or the life of others out on the highway. It may also save you from facing criminal prosecution that could put you in prison for many years. Roadside dexterity, agility, and eye evaluations, such as the nystagmus evaluation, are called field sobriety tests. Every type of these is optional and voluntary. There's no impact on your license if you choose not to do them, and you should never attempt to do these. Virtually all illegal drugs and many prescribed drugs, such as painkillers or sedatives, are not only addictive, but almost all are progressive. That means that when you start taking the drug, your body adjusts to the dose and then craves more of that same drug the longer you take it. Your brain sends out a message that it needs more of the drug to reach the same high as you achieved before to stop the pain, even if the pain has gone away. If stopped for a routine traffic violation, such as a speeding ticket, and you're asked by the officer for your permission to search your vehicle, politely say, "No, I need to be on my way." Officers do this as a means of trying to look for additional evidence of something they don't even suspect, but they have been taught to ask for permission to search vehicles, and if you say yes, they have the right to do it. Because nowadays, you're going to be on videotape in places you never expected to see it. So remember those rules by my friend, and if you follow those rules and assume that everything's being videotaped, your behavior will be perfect. Number 18. In some states, if you are underage and any alcohol or any drugs are inside the vehicle, all passengers and the driver may lose his or her privileges if all are underage. Number 19. In many states, merely possessing illegal drugs, even when not in a vehicle, can result in your driver's license being suspended or revoked. You could be in your backyard in a tent and be playing your radio and a noise complaint come, and if marijuana is found in that tent with you, your driver's license can be revoked in many jurisdictions. These are 21 unexpected situations for which police officers are trained to obtain incriminatory evidence or admissions from you or from what they find in your home or your vehicle. Once arrested, every officer has the right to search your vehicle before towing the vehicle. This is called an inventory search. Anything found inside that vehicle that constitutes another crime will be added to your arrest record, and you'll have to post bond for that offense too. Can he face the death penalty if he did not intend to kill her? Yes, he can. Under the common law felony murder rule, if a person killed another in doing or attempting to do an act amounting to a felony, kidnapping is a felony, binge drinking or chugging alcohol in a contest is the #1 killer of young adults. Over 5,000 Americans per year, age 21 and younger, die from alcohol poisoning. That number is greater than all the other causes of death for this age group combined. Only about 1,600 drivers under 21 die in car crashes, which is the #2 overall killer of this age group. Beyond the deaths, about 200,000 more young adults are taken to hospitals and emergency rooms annually due to alcohol poisoning.